Hi there, my name is Marsha Harp, and I am going to be bringing a lesson to you today from the Florida State Standards, specifically RL 1.2. That's from the cluster Key Idea and Details. It's really where you are trying to get the students to understand that central message of a text. We're going to specifically work on the tiny seed for this lesson. It will not be the first time that they have seen the book, but it will be a brand new concept, main ideas. And the reason why I chose that one was based on some of the IEP needs of reading comprehension. I think this is a good lesson for helping students gain that knowledge and ability to comprehend what they're reading or what is read to them. And so I will jump in and out of teacher mode. Some of the things that you're going to see are from my own creations, because in the classroom I usually teach this as a thematic unit. So I'll usually start with either a book that has a science or social studies concept, and I pull the ELA, the math even, and the writing from those components. So if I ever reference some of that, that's why, is because this is one piece of a thematic unit. All right, so let me go ahead and get into teacher mode. Okay, boys and girls, welcome. I'm so glad you guys are here today. It looks like you guys are all up and ready to go for today. Awesome. So what we are going to do today is a lesson on our book that we've been working on. So The Tiny Seed by Eric Carle. Remember, we read this earlier, and we are going to be working with this book again today. Now, I know that you guys got your plants growing, and that's super fun, and we've been working with this story, but today we're going to work on the story and the text itself, right? We want to understand it better. And I'm going to tell you how you can do that in just a minute. So I want you guys to get two things out for me. The first thing that you're going to be getting out or opening up is that Jamboard link that I sent you. You can find it in the chat, but it's the one that we've been working on this week. And then you're going to need our worksheet that we have for main idea and details that you should have. So go ahead and get those two things out, and I'm going to start sharing my screen and getting my teacher board up for you. So go ahead and get those things out. Awesome. Now, is everybody ready? Let me look and see. Give me a thumbs up if you've got those things and you guys are ready. All right. Yep, everybody looks good. If you're not ready, just give me that thumbs down. Okay. All right, here we go. All right, so here's what we're doing today, guys. We're going to tell the main idea. If you look right here, main idea. That's our goal today. So you're familiar with this step ladder here, right? We start at the bottom and we work our way up to the top to get our gold star or our goal. So let's see how we can do it. I can tell the main idea. We know that we've got to start from the bottom. So if I can have a volunteer kind of read the first step in making our goal. Awesome, thank you for reading that. Yeah, you can tell one detail about the story. Now remember, we're working on Eric Carle for our story. Now, the second one says you can tell two details. So you can pick two things out. And then all the way up here, you're gonna be able to tell three details, and you're getting super duper close to be able to tell the main idea of the story. Now, you may be saying, like, what is a main idea? Well, that's what we're going to work on finding out today. And so we're going to put the Eric Carle story aside for just a minute, and I'm going to help you understand what the main idea is so that you can find what the main idea of the story in the tiny seed is. All right, so the way we're going to do that is we're going to go to this next page of the Jamboard. Now, this is when you guys are going to be able to type in. So the main idea, look at this sentence. The main idea is what the story is mostly about. Okay, so it's what the story is mostly talking about. That's not so hard. So let's try to figure out, if we were writing a story, looking at these pictures, and these pictures were in our story, what would this story be about? So I want you to take your text box tool, or you can use your sticky note tool, and I want you to add a sticky note in there and tell me what you think this story is about. Awesome. Oh yeah, somebody said animals. Yes, these are all animals. So this story could certainly be about animals. Very good. But I want you to think more in detail. Look at these animals close. Now, if I can have a volunteer type in there another detail that you see that might get you more information about this story. Yeah, very good. These are baby animals. Very good. These are baby animals specifically. So that gave us a little more detail. All of these pictures are small or baby animals. Now, I have a question for you. Do you think that the story with these pictures might be about feeding baby animals? Okay, I see. Elena says yes. Elena, why? Okay, so you see, that is a very good observation, actually. We see that there is a giraffe who is drinking from a bottle here and he is getting fed. So definitely I can see where feeding baby animals might be part of the story. But that I think is probably a detail, and I'll tell you why. Does anybody know why? Right. The other pictures don't show animals eating. Only one shows animals eating. So maybe this story is just about baby animals, but there might be a detail included about how to feed the animals in that story. All right, great job, guys. So that's kind of how the main idea works. You're looking for details to tell what the story is mostly about. Okay, so here's where you're going to be in your groups, guys. You know, we have groups 1 through 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And on each of these Jamboard pages, you'll see your number 1. So group 1 would be working here, and group 2 would be working on the next page. So we're going to play Name That Main Idea. And so for group 1, you're going to be working here. I'm going to put you guys into breakout rooms and you guys are going to work on that together, and then we'll come back and see how well you did. But we're going to do this first one together. Now, if you'll notice, these pictures in this circle are all details, right? And they all have a kind of a central idea or what they are mostly about. Now, can you take a minute and guess what they mostly will be about? You could either type it in the chat. Actually, let's do that. Let's type it in the chat. If you think you know what this toothbrush, some floss, and some rinse, toothpaste here too, what would this main idea of the story be if this was a story? All right, I see that most of you guys typed in the chat brushing your teeth, and I agree with you. Whoops, I spelled that wrong. I agree with you. Brushing your teeth is probably the main idea of what that story would be about. Okay, so I'm going to put you into your groups. Group 1, you're going to be working on these pictures, and group 2, you're going to be working on these. If you'll put both answers there. Group 1, you just have one more left.